Welcome back, super friends. Today we are going to be estimating the decimal quotients. So what that means is that we are going to round our numbers before we do our division, and the numbers will have decimals in them. So you'll need your math notebook or folder, a pencil to write with, and don't forget that super brain of yours. Stay tuned for the video. All right, super friends, we are going to estimate decimal quotients. What that means is that we're either going to estimate, meaning round, or find compatible numbers. Sometimes we might do both in one problem. So we are going to estimate or use compatible numbers to find the quotient of 82.5 divided by 12.3. Knowing me in my head, none of this is very simple to me. So what I would do is, of course, I'm going to round this 82.5 to the nearest whole number, which is going to give me what? Because we have to go up. So that's going to give me 83. So now I have 83. This division is going to stay a division sign. And then now my 12, I don't want to deal with 12. So I'm going to deal with the number closest to it. I'm just going to turn it into a 10 because that's a number close. So now I have 83 divided by a power of 10. I know from my previous lesson, all I have to do is just attach a decimal point at the end of that 83. And then since I'm dividing, I'm going to move the decimal point to the left only one place because the 10 here only has 1 0. So move it to the left one place. Now it's in between the 8 and the 3. So the answer would be 8.3. So that would be the answer I'm dealing with, 8.3. So in this case, we just rounded one of the numbers and then we used a compatible number for the other. And that's how we got our answer. Most of the time it's going to be like that for today's problems, but let's keep practicing. Next example. All right, this one says estimate the quotient. Even though it doesn't say use compatible numbers, it's okay to use compatible numbers. So for me, what can we do here? Okay, the 9 is going to stay a 9 because I'm familiar with 9. So that stays 9. Division is still division. But this 1.18, I'm just going to turn that to the 1. Keep it at a 1 and see what happens. What's 9 divided by 1? 9 divided, or anything divided by 1 is itself. So 9 divided by 1 equals 9. There we go. That one was super, super simple. Next one. All right, this one says estimate the quotient, 12.2 divided by 5.9. Automatically, I see that 12.2 and I see a 5.9. That 5.9, I'm thinking I'd turn it into a 6. And then my 12, I keep a 12, so I can have 12 divided by 6. So let's try that. This turns to the 12. This is still dividing. And then this 5.9, I'm going to look next door. That tells me to go up. So that, and I'm going to have a 6 here. So now I have 12 divided by 6. What does that equal? 2. And that was our answer. Next example. All right, this next example says estimate the quotients and think 8 facts. So looking at the 97.05 divided by 8.2, I know the 8.2 is what I'm going to have, and I have to think of my 8 facts. So I'm turning this to an 8, obviously. This will be division sign still. And now I need to figure out what is this 97 going to turn into, or 97.05. What is that turning into so that I can think my 8 facts? To help me think with my 8 facts, I'm going to make my 8 multiples here. So 8 times 1 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 3 is 24, times 4 is 32, times 5 is 40, times 6 is 48, times 7 is 56, times 8 is 64, times 9 is 72, times 10 is 80, times 11 is 88, times 12 is 96. Oh, okay, so the closest number to me is 96 right here. So I'm going to change this 97.05 into a 96. And then what would that equal if I know my math facts? That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's my 12th factor, so, or 12th multiple. So that's going to be our answer here. So they're not going to always give us a little hint that says think 8 facts, but this is one of those problems that we could use our multiples from the divisor to help us figure out, okay, what would be the easiest number for us to change the dividend to so that we can get our quotient quickly. Our next example says estimate the quotient 66.38 divided by 7.82. So for this one, 66 and 7. Okay, this one I'm going to think about my facts again. Okay, so if I turn that 7.82 into an 8, since I just did my 8 facts up there, this is division still. And that 66, that number is close to what? That 64 that we just had up there, right? So change that 66 to 64. And what's 64 divided by 8? That is going to give me, we can even just use our multiples again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That answer is going to be 8. There we go. That one was easy because we were already thinking with our 8 facts before, so it helped us out. Let's do the final example. Okay, so it says estimate the quotient 633.13 divided by 29.2. All right, so this is the biggest number we've dealt with yet, but I think we can handle it. So that's 600. I won't even look at that yet. Let's look at the 29.2. I know that 0.2 doesn't help me round, but a compatible number to 29 is 30. And I want to think about 30 because I know that 600 and 30 are easy to deal with together because 6 equals 2 times 3. So I know since I have a 30 here, I can start dealing with that now. So the 633, the easiest thing for me to do is just change it to 600, and that keeps us going. Now what's 600 divided by 30? Ms. Joyce, can you do that trick you taught us? Of course. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Then let's cross out the zeros that we can cross out. I can cross out 1 from my 30, so that means I can cross out 1 from my 600. I cannot cross out any more because the 30 only has 1 0. So now I have to take that last 0 and put it in my answer. So my answer is 20. And that's how we can deal with it to make it easy. Use these steps to help us solve our problems today.